North Carolina Senator Thom Tillis, a Republican, said this week that he thinks restaurants should be able to opt out of certain regulations in order to reduce the regulatory burden on business. Sounds pretty good to me. Now, his example was, a simple example, was that they should remove the regulation that employees have to wash their hands before returning to work from the bathroom, as long as the restaurant put up a sign that said that they don't require their employees to wash their hands before returning from the restroom to work. Now, this has the usual leftist trolls all up in a big hubbub about how in a libertarian paradise, food servers aren't going to wash their hands before returning from wiping their butts, you know. Pretty silly stuff. I think that the senator's basic point is sound, you know. He says that in a marketplace, in a free market, these kinds of things can be shaken out. You know, if there's a restaurant that where the servers don't wash their hands, then they will be found out, discovered, or whatever, you know, and forced to have their people wash their hands, or people won't patronize them. I think this is a very sound idea, very sound reasoning. However, I do think it is possible, and even under the current system, many people slip through the cracks. Servers go to the bathroom and they don't wash their hands before they return to start serving food. I have known people to do that, who have bragged about not washing their hands before returning to serve food. So the regulation is not perfect. The regulation, all it is putting up a sign, yeah, and maybe the manager checks, okay? So really, I think what the regulations do is they provide a false sense of security, when in reality, what we have to do is be vigilant at all times. Managers, customers, employees, and we have to use services, kind of like credit rating or reputation rating services, such as Yelp, although that's a little bit compromised. It needs some competition. Or similar services, and review these restaurants, you know? Like, how about an I Got Sick website where people report when they get sick after eating at a specific restaurant, you know? Or let's say that at a specific restaurant, they brag about not washing their hands after, you know, after doing their business. Well, then there should be a website where you can report that, you know? And that's not snitching, that's just providing information, and that's what everything runs on, is information. So to these you know, leftist trolls who are upset about what Thom Tillis says, you know, I'm no big fan of Republican senators, but I think he's basically on the money, you know. A lot of people on the left think that regulations are magical things which come down from heaven and make sure everybody does the right thing. Well, they're not. They're not. They're not. They're just a false sense of security. And the fact is that at every moment, all of us have to be vigilant about what's going on around us and report irregularities, not to the government, but to independent watchdogs, such as a Yelp site or an I Got Sick site. That's it for today.